Okay, so there's a post I wanna. It's a long post, so I'm gonna read it to you.
Okay.
Okay, so this witch curved me 7 years ago, and then asked me stock advice today. LOL. No. Leave all the men on read that you want, ladies, but don't turn around and ask those same men to make you money. That's all I ask. It really can't be that hard to keep the same energy. I just ask for consistency. If a girl left you on red and then came back after you spent years building yourself, asking you to mentor her slash help them make money without any mention of wanting to pay you, would you? So that is the question. The whole thing. What do you think?
Okay. I think I have quite a few thoughts on that. That is some weak man stuff, bro. Like I don't consider dudes like that. Like you're not a man, man. Like suck it up. She didn't want you. Now you're holding it over her head because she did not want you. Like yeah, people need to stop believing that they're they're owed something. Like you're not owed. Like she doesn't have to pay you in a relationship because she wants to know you as a business partner. Like she left you on red because she was not interested, and you might have came at her in a way. If you might have came at her in a way of saying, "Hey, I want to be your friend," and she might be like, "I'm okay with having a friend," but you probably came at her in a way as a relationship. So she did not want a relationship. So that's one thing. Now she's hollering at you on some business. You deal with business accordingly, like separate it. And it bothers me just because people, I hate that entitlement. I hate that he would think that it's okay to confuse one with the other. He would be able to confuse uh, her not wanting to be with you and wanting to learn something from you. Like, so she can't learn something from you. The only way now you could give her some time is if she agrees with going out with you now. Is that what you're trying to say? Like it's a twisted way of thinking, and it's an outdated way of thinking, and it's usually from dudes that cannot get any, and they try to hold it over females' heads. Most disturbing type of men. I'm sorry, but I'm going off on a whole tangent. I
Hmm.
apologize. Go ahead. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, like you said, it's like an onion, man. Many layers.
Yeah.
He said she curved him 7 years ago
Mm-hmm.
and then asked him for stock advice today.
Yeah.
So you were so upset that you didn't want to give her stock advice that she curved you 7 years ago.
Yeah.
My question is this: if she curved you 7 years ago, why would she 7 years from now or 7 years from then
Mm-hmm.
talk to you about stock advice? That means you guys may have had some kind of relationship,
Mm-hmm.
friendship,
Yeah.
acquaintances,
Or a social
whatever it
media
is.
friend or something.
But it could be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not to say it was all bad because
Mm-hmm.
you were still following her, she was still following you.
That's true.
She saw the stuff you were doing and was like, "Oh, cool. Like, hey, I need help in that. Hey,
Yeah.
do you think you can assist me?"
Yeah.
You're still bitter over something that happened 7 years ago that you are now not willing to help her. Then, you know what? Fast forward to the no mention of payment or anything.
Mm-hmm.
If this is your job, if this is what you do, you can always bring it back to her saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
I can assist you with that, but you know
This
this
is
is what I do for a business,
exactly.
so I will have to charge you accordingly." And leave it at that.
And that was my
If she
point, though. Go ahead,
if she
sorry.
says, "Sure, I'll pay,"
Mm-hmm.
great. If she says, "Oh, I was looking for you to do me a favor," then at that point you can be bitter and be like, "No, this is my business. I'm not gonna do
Exactly.
favors because this is how I
Yeah.
make my living."
Mm-hmm.
So no.
No, and that was my point, though. It's like by the stance
Sorry,
he
hold on.
took. Okay,
He
go
also
ahead.
said, "I just asked for consistency." She was consistent. 7 years. You're still
Yeah,
not with her. So
exactly. And she meant and she mentioned nothing about it. So she's saying she's just like, I will not answer this question that you asked me. Uh, and
seven
she
years ago.
and she moved on. Like again, and that's like I was saying, my issue with it is the fact that he's saying she did not offer to pay him or anything. Like why would she offer to, like, again, she can, which makes sense, but she's probably assuming there'll be some dialogue, like, hey, I've been seeing what you're doing, I want to learn. Then you'd be like, no problem, but I usually charge this. That's how conversations go. But then if you're bitter,
Exactly.
you jump to the end. You're like, can you believe she didn't even talk about money, and she didn't answer me 7 years ago when I wanted to take her out on a date? You're like, what the
Their DMs go, hey, yo, can I take you out? 7 years later, hey, I see what you do with stock. You get advice. He's like,
so you read it.
and that's why he's upset because he was like, oh, she's DMing me, and when he saw it, it brought back memories. He was like, I built myself up from this.
No, but it's
I
the
went from the
last
gym.
the last 4 years it showed up as like unread until like there's that one day and she ain't even she didn't even respond to it. The first thing she wrote was like, "Can you help me out?" You're like, 7 years ago, you ain't opened up that message. But
Oh man,
I get it, but it bothers me just because it's I keep using this word, but I'm trying to think of a better word to say. It's not manly. That's it. It's
yeah,
really not manly. Like to hold to be able to mix two things, to not be able to separate. Like it's like she does not
yeah,
want you. 7 years ago, she made it clear by not answering. She doesn't want you. But right now, whatever you're doing good at it. And she wants to learn
advice.
or
Mm-hmm.
assist or something from you. She needs your help. So you can either help her or not help her. But don't confuse one thing with the other. Like that, I don't know. That's what bothers me is
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand how stupid people are. That's makes no sense to me, my
Yeah,
guy. Makes no sense to me.